Hey guys, ignore the fact my bed isn't made. So like, basically a month ago when I said that I'd be taking 2 weeks off for deadline season, and now we're here and it's almost June. I have a bit of a story time for you guys. Because a lot's happened, okay? It's like, where have I been? In A&E at one point. We'll get to that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, let's just begin at the beginning. Very good place to start. Yeah. Anyone gets the reference. Congratulations. Okay. So yeah. Around the time of that video, I think at least it was around the time of that video, I started to get this kind of dull pain in my sinus area, so like here and here. It kind of started in my scalp, like it was kind of like a weird tingly sensation in my scalp, and then when I touched my forehead it would be kind of tender, and the same with my cheek, right? So the first thing I thought was headache, sinus headache is what it is. That carried on for a while. Like, I had some like painkillers. Like, I actually started on soluble aspirin, which I'd never had before. Horrible taste, but that was me at the time thinking that I had a problem with swallowing pills. So fast forward about a week, and the sinus pain is still there. However, now this weird rash had started to form on my forehead, on my temple, and my eye, right? My eye went really red and swollen, and my eyelid was like, one eye looked smaller than the other, basically. Like, this eye looked smaller than that eye because the eyelid was so swollen, and the eye was like the white part of my eye was dead red, right? That is when it confused me, because so far I just thought it was a sinus infection, like something. Obviously I was on the internet like every single day, like, what is this? Because I was, especially when the rash came, because I was just here like, this is something I have never experienced before. What is going on? I was getting quite scared, to be absolutely honest with you. So yeah, the rash was here for about a day before I was like, right, I need to get onto the GP. Like, the rash kind of came on like the Wednesday night, and then the Thursday I was like, right, I need to get this looked at because this is scaring me at this point. So I filled in an online form for the GP here, who I thought I was registered with, right? After, as I say, sending in the online form, well, actually before that, I went to Boots, who gave me decongestant pills, which I can actually get out now, yeah, because I have all of like the rest of the medicine I had from this incident in my drawer here. So decongestant pills, like, basically from behind the counter at Boots, right? You can only get these if they're kind of prescribed to you by one of their people. Which is important, by the way. I went with the rash and was like, this is happening, help me please. And they could prescribe me decongestant pills because I described it as more of a sinus issue. But as I say, I had the rash, it was visible, and that is important for this story. So, after that, as I say, I filled in an online form for the GP because I was scared. But basically, I'm pretty sure that was the Wednesday, actually, because they got back to me on the Thursday. So yeah, the Wednesday, and then the Thursday, I got a phone call from the GP, from the receptionist at the GP, basically saying that they couldn't help me out because I wasn't on their system. In first year, I sat down with a member of staff from that GP and registered with them. I remember doing that because it was part of Freshers Week, so everyone was like, register with the GP, it's really, really important. So I did. I was weighed, I was measured, that's when I found out I'm 5'5" exactly, apparently, and at the time was 54 kilos, now I'm 56, just because working out, so yeah, that was what it was, but as I say, I registered with the GP, I knew that, so it was mad that I wasn't on their system, so that was the first thing that was like, okay, this is weird. So after that, I think this was a Thursday. Hang on, I'm gonna have to like check my receipts here because I really can't remember. 1 second while I just check the dates of this story, because it would be nice if I was able to actually tell you what date this happened. 7th of May. Okay, right. So yes, this was Friday. Okay, right. So to rephrase, the rash came in on the Wednesday night. Everything else happened on the Thursday, and then the Friday was when I got the call from the GP. Right. Now we know what we're talking about, let's get back to the story. Right, so, as I say, Friday, call from the GP, wasn't on the system, mad. So I'm on the phone to my mother because she knew that I had, so far I'd, like, told her that about, like, the sinus pain and the rash, right, the rash, and she was obviously ringing me up, like, right, well, what are you gonna, well, I rang her up and we were just like, I am scared, and she was like, well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to go to A&E, right? Because I had no other way of, unless you ring 111 or something like that, but like, you are ill now and you need to see someone. I'm like, I know, I'm getting scared. So, as I say, this was the post I put up on my Instagram story, if you recall. If you follow me on Instagram, you might remember this, but this was the famous shot of the leg on the floor that a lot of people do if they go to the hospital, which I never thought I'd be able to do. But yeah, I was like, oh, I can do one of these now, how ironic. But yeah, I went to A&E. I went to Bolton Royal Hospital at A&E, I got on the bus, £2.50 for a single, like, each time, and yeah, I went to A&E. I talked to the woman about it, got my blood, sat in A&E for like an hour before going into the consultant to get my blood pressure checked, but never actually had to do before, at least not to my knowledge. But yeah, thing around my arm, squeeze, blood pressure, it is what it is, you just don't look at your arm because I don't want to see all the blood vessels. So it just is what it is. And then I waited in A&E for another like 2 hours before I was transferred to GP services, which is ironic because all I needed to see was the GP. Waited there for another, like, 2 or 3 hours. I was there, right, from like 3:30 in the afternoon to about 8:30 at night, like 8:45 at night, right? NHS waiting times. Don't doubt when anyone says they are ridiculous, because they are, right? And the A&E wasn't even that, like, the waiting room at least wasn't even that busy. I mean, it was a fairly small room, granted, but, like, there weren't that many people there. It was weird, right? So, anyway, is what it is. So, as I say, I eventually went to see the GP, sat down. He took, like, the letter thing that you have to give to them, and then I was explaining it, the pain that I had, whatever, got to the rash, took one look at me and went, that's shingles. So, this is the story of how I had shingles. Now, for those of you who don't actually know what shingles is, you remember when you have chicken pox as a kid, right? That the virus from the chicken pox stays dormant inside your body, okay? It stays in you. However, it can be reactivated if at any point your immune system is lowered for any reason. For me, I suspected it was stress, because I was under a lot of stress that week, with it being one of my deadline weeks. And yeah, if like I said, at any point your immune system is lowered, the chickenpox virus can go, you know what would be so fun if we came back in the form of shingles. So yeah, I probably already put the pictures of what my face looked like at the time from the online form, because those were from that's what those were from. In case anyone wanted to really know what shingles look like, yeah, if you have any kind of blister on your body, I unfortunately had mine on my face, which is like the worst place you can get it because it's so close to the brain. We'll get to that. But yeah, if you've had a blister at any point, like pain, and then a blister at any point, any area of your body, go get it checked out, because it's most likely shingles. And if it goes untreated, it can be quite serious. So, yeah, so I'm sat in the doctor's office and he says, yeah, that's shingles, kind of puts a glove on, comes over and like touches it and is like, is it painful in some places? Which it was. It did sting in quite a few places if you touched it. I was like, yeah, it does sting in quite a few places. He's like, okay, well, this is shingles and this is what we're going to do. There is a 72-hour window when the rash comes up that you can catch shingles. So they can give you a box of pills. I will insert the picture here from when I had to go do it because I had to take a picture for my extension. We'll get to that. So yeah, as I say, so he prescribed me these pills because it was within the 72-hour window. And was like, these are antiviral pills, you have to take them tonight. Bearing in mind it was like 8:45, right, at night. So that was me thinking, how the hell am I going to get these? Thanks to Asda Pharmacy for coming through and staying open late, because they're the only place that I managed to get them from. So as I say, prescribed me these pills and was like, you have to take them tonight, because essentially, because it was on my face, very close to the brain, and obviously because it was in my eye as well, and also near my ear, like there was the odd bit of pain in my ear occasionally. He was like, right, because it's so close to the brain and in your eye, if it's not treated, it can cause permanent, quite serious damage, okay? So it was like, right. Now my eye at the time was slightly blurry, but I think it was only because my eye was so like swollen that it was like just affecting it in a weird way because it was so like red as well. I think it was just kind of uncomfortable. So my body didn't have quite as much energy to focus it as much as it would normally do. However, that has kind of stayed. Since the shingles was gone, I sometimes at night have a bit of like sometimes at night this eye has trouble focusing. It could go a bit blurry. I mean, it's not crazy, like I can still see, like for instance it's kind of doing it right now with my computer screen, and it might ease off as I'm looking at less screens now that I don't have to sit doing uni work all day, you know. But that is due to the shingles, because that didn't happen before, and it is only on this side. And occasionally I do get like a little bit of tender pain. Yeah, as I say, so the symptoms of shingles in terms of like the pain and things like that can last for a very long time. So this is normal, especially because I had it on my face, my look, you know what I mean? And my scalp, I think, is sometimes quite tender if I scratch it or whatever. But as I say, that's just like, it's like long COVID, right? You have symptoms for a long time. It's the same thing with shingles, right? Some of the symptoms can stay around for a long time. But yeah, so as I say, got the medication. Now, I, as you know, follow Lily Sabri for my workouts. And she, in 2019, had a pretty terrible, like, knee injury. Like, she had a ski accident where she screwed her knee up really badly. And she came out with an anti-inflammatory cookbook. Because along with her medication, she was also incorporating a lot of anti-inflammatory foods into her diet, and that's, she thinks, what avoided her having to go into surgery, which was a very slim chance with an injury like hers. So I was like, right, well, I wanted an excuse to download that anyway, because it seemed really interesting. And then I had the shingles and was like, right, I researched the heck out of antiviral, antibacterial, like antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory foods, including her book, right? And I strongly believe that, like her injury, me fueling my body with like all these anti-inflammatory herbs, and I was drinking a lot of orange juice, and started taking multivitamins, which reminds me I still need to take mine today. I keep forgetting to take it until later on in the day, but anyway, and I strongly believe that also helped me. So if you're coming back to this video, if you have shingles, hi, terrible, right? Orange juice, rosemary, what else? Cinnamon, that's another big one, in terms of anti-inflammatory. Lemon juice, is another one, things like that. I might leave like the link to her book in the description, or like a few places that I went to for research. But yeah, I feel like I seriously, along with the medication, I was like, right, no refined carbs, no refined sugars. I went hard. I went so hard, because you're supposed to really avoid that kind of thing. So I legit just went, right, no refined carbs, no refined sugars. We are eating clean. We are eating purely anti-inflammatory diet. And as I say, I was on those medication for 2 weeks. It was, oh wait, okay, so I was on that medication for a week. There was one sheet for every day. You had to take it five times a day, religiously. Like, that's another thing that the guy was trying to stress to me. He was like, right, you have to take these 5 times a day, religiously, set an alarm, wake up in the middle of the night. I'm pretty sure mine was 11 p.m, 7 a.m, 11 a.m, 3 p.m, 5 p.m, and then 11 p.m. again. I think, I can't really remember, but yeah, I had to set an alarm and take them religiously. And as I say, that, along with the medication, the way I was eating, and the herbs and everything, and the vitamins that I was consuming, and just like filling my body with, and was just like, right, immune system, you welcome, really helped to flush it out. And yeah, within a week, the shingles was gone. The scars did stay around for quite a long time. Like, my eye was still slightly swollen at the end of my medication, and same with like the scars from the spots on my forehead, like over here. There wasn't a lot on my cheek, actually. I know I said that the headache was in my forehead and my cheek, but that wasn't really the case with the actual like rash that came through. It was just kind of here. I mean, as you'll see, as you've seen from the pictures I'm sure I've put in so far. But yeah, so yeah, that was something that I didn't expect to go through, but I went through and we're still here. Apart from the fact that my eye can still be a tiny bit dodgy at times, but that's, you know, that's what I get for getting in my face and in my eye. So, that was the story of how I had shingles. But the stories do not end there. No. This month has just been crazy. So, after the shingles, by the way, I actually managed to, because I think you guys know from one of my vlogs, I had 2 modules for this semester. I had one that was like based on like screen stuff, so like After Effects and that kind of thing. And then the other one was my essay module. I actually managed to get on the Thursday, it's like the day before I ended up in A&E. The day before that, I actually managed to push through and get my screen module deadline like done, and like all the work done for that, which, yeah, so I actually managed to get all my work done for that, which, you know, considering the fact that I was ill, proud of myself for that. Managed to push through. I mean, I felt like crap, but yeah, it is what it is. Also, actually, I forgot, there was one other thing that helped me with my shingles. 1 second. Okay, so this stuff from Boots is called calamine lotion. It's reversed. So this is like, you shake it up basically, because it's kind of like a clay and an oil, and you shake it up. And essentially what I did was use my face mask brush. You know, you have those brushes for face masks that are like 2-ended. One's got like a silicone end, and the other one's got like a brush on the other end. I used the brush side. It was for the rash, okay? At one point I had to wake up in the middle of the night and put this stuff on because I couldn't sleep. It was that bad. This really did help like dry the blister out as well. But anyway, so as I said, so as I was saying about my deadlines, so yeah, considering I was ill, very proud of myself for getting the screen module out. However, I still had my essay module to do, which I knew that I honestly knew that I was not going to get that done with the state I was in, especially when I was diagnosed. I was like, no, we cannot be putting ourselves through more stress. So, for hopefully the only time in my entire time at uni, I filed for an extension. Hence why I have the picture of the medication and the receipt from that, even though I didn't show the receipt picture, but yeah, the picture of the medication. Hence why I had that, because I had to send those to my tutor for verification. I'd be like, hi, I'm ill, here's the evidence, go. So yeah, I had a 2-week extension for my essay module, hence why I haven't been on the internet, because, for almost a month, because as I say, I was working on my essay for the past 2 weeks, which yesterday I managed to get submitted, so yay. But as I say, the story times do not end there, no. So, on Sunday, I was in the kitchen, right, making my lunch, had my phone on the counter, and on top of my phone I had my keys, as I normally do, right? My phone was in this case. I'm really giving it away there, but my phone was in this case, with the keys on top of it. I took my phone up, but I accidentally dropped it. And, I mean, this case has been pretty good for my phone, okay? I've dropped it so many times that it hasn't broken because of the shock absorbent outer casing. However, this time, with the kitchen being such like a hard floor, my phone, when I dropped it, did this. It went like that, landed face down, just underneath the table in the kitchen, and I didn't think there was going to be anything wrong with it, because as I say, I dropped this phone so many times that it's just like, it's fine, I'm just going to pick it up, it's going to be brilliant. Picked it up, and this is what I was met with. Let me stress to you, I have never broken a screen on any device I've ever had over the years in my life. You have no idea the amount of horror that just consumed me. I was just there like, you what, mate? What is this? Of all the things. So yeah, my phone is currently on its way back to Curry's, actually. Update, because I filmed this ages ago, I have my phone back now. I'm just very, very careful with it now, because I do not want a repeat of what happened. But yeah, it's all okay now. It's just taken me ages to edit this video, so the main thing about this video was really the shingles story time, but yeah, I just thought I'd add this in anyway. But as I say, it's back now. Don't drop your phone face down on hard floors. Yeah, this video is definitely not sponsored by Casetify. I'm gonna go. Because obviously I had to go to Curry's to get it fixed. It wasn't under insurance, unfortunately, because I didn't want to fork out for it at the time. Past me was stupid, so I have to pay 80 quid all but a penny to get a new screen on it, but at least that's what I will have to pay when I go get it, when they call me to say that they've got it, which I don't know when that's going to be. But yeah, so in the meantime, they were like, go stick your SIM card into like a 40 quid, like what, they were essentially like, right, go just get like a cheap phone just to like stick your SIM card in for the time being, right? I present to you this 40 quid Alcatel piece of trash that I've been using for the past almost a week. You have no idea how much this was the worst 40 quid I have ever spent in Sainsbury's. Honestly, I don't even go to Sainsbury's that much anyway. This is so frustrating. When you've been used to using a Google Pixel 3a XL and just like good quality smartphones, going to this kind of a thing is just... Look at it. I had to take the back off to put the bloody SIM card in. That's how bad that was. But like, it's so unresponsive and crap. You have no idea, but it has served its purpose so far, and yeah, so I'm currently not using my normal phone, but yeah, so that's that's what I've been through, hence why I haven't been on the internet for over, like, almost a month. So, in case you were wondering, because no one's missed me, and, but yeah, now I am done. As I said, I submitted my essay yesterday, which was the day before the deadline, woohoo, get me, and yeah, so now is time for the content glow up that I was talking about in my last video. Because now, first of all, I need to get my brain in check. My depersonalization has come back in such full force. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. Like, honestly, it is ridiculous. I have never been so dissociated and emotionally numb in my life. It's quite scary. I don't really like it. I know I can get through it eventually somehow. I'm just gonna have to really... essentially, this is like a reset. The next couple of days are essentially like a reset. Like, this weekend is just reset, get your brain back in gear. So, yeah, that is the plan, essentially. It's just to get my brain in gear and sort my depersonalization out, because this is not, I am not thriving right now. Hence, but hey, I've just had a deadline season plus, like, a very hectic month, as I've just explained. So I'm not completely surprised that my brain's like, we don't want to function right now. So it is what it is. But yeah, so as I said, I'm back now. Hopefully the content will be coming out in full force. Hopefully I'll get back to the weekly uploads. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back to weekly uploads now. Oh geez. I mean, I know I was thinking about, obviously, I've been talking about doing the glow up series, and like that is going to be starting now. So if I miss an upload here and there, I'll know that I am still filming content. It's just not, yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of planning to do, a lot of editing, a lot of compiling, a lot of filming, a lot of healing, a lot of glowing up. As much as that phrase is kind of cringe at this point. But yeah, I'm excited to see, as I've been saying, I'm excited for the content that's going to come out soon, because it's possibly going to be the best set of content that I've ever come out with ever. So yeah, please stick around. I'm back now, in hopefully full health at some point. And yeah, welcome back to this channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.